everybody, I'm Poison Kitty.
And I'm Hokyo16.
And together we are twin from another sin. And for the next few Mondays, you guys are going to hear us talk about our friendship and how this channel came to be.
Yeah. So, because we're doing it in September is because our friendship started in September.
In 2014. So we are going to take you on a real How I Met Your Mother trip here for the last 6 years. How I met my best friend. So yeah, like we said, our friendship started in 2014 in September. We both attended the same university and we also had the same classes for the first year.
Yeah, we didn't study the same thing.
No, I started studying chemical engineering.
And I studied biology.
Yeah, and we were on our, I think you call it kind of a party trip. In Denmark, we have a tradition. When you start at the university, you go on a so-called Rus tour, which is where you get to know the other people from your courses and you party.
Yeah.
So we both attended this party. And we were divided into different groups, and those groups had different tasks to dress up as a certain something.
And that year it was the blue,
yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, something to do with deep blue, like with not necessarily the sea. It could also be the color, but yes, yeah. I think it was deep blue. Yeah.
And I got Smurf, which is the only thing that is always in every year.
And I got to be a snail because undersea snails.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at the party talking to one of my chemistry friends, and she had to go to the bathroom, so I was left all by myself.
And I saw her all by herself. I am one of the most shy people I know, at least at parties where I don't know anyone.
Very introverted, yeah.
Very introverted. We have already talked about that in the past. But I saw Poison and I was like, okay, she looks a little bit like me and didn't talk to anyone right now, so I walked over to talk to her just to have someone to talk to.
Yeah, so this Smurf comes up to me,
totally blue in the face,
and starts talking to me. And of course, I didn't have anything to do, so I just talked to her too until my friend came out from the bathroom, and then we all started talking together. And at the end, we were actually 5 people talking together.
Yeah.
One of them also hugging a light post.
Yeah. And wasn't that we are giving people not their real names in the story?
We're giving them fake names.
Yeah. So this person
we will call Sarah.
And that was the person that with the light pole, right?
Yeah. Sarah, the lamppost hugger.
Yeah.
So Sarah, Hokyu, and we started talking more together after this party as well.
Yeah.
And we decided to have a dinner at Hokyu's apartment.
Yeah. I had a really big apartment at that time, and I was just like, let's try and do this stuff my parents told me about sharing food with other people so we don't have to pay as much for food.
Yes. And we also talked about actually making it into a tradition, but that never happened.
That never happened with Sarah, but we did it a lot afterwards.
True. We have done it.
And actually, I thought I would become best friends with Sarah.
And I thought the same.
Yeah. So I had this person is trying to take Sarah. So that was really annoying.
Yeah, like Hokyu and I were technically actually in a bit of a feud with each other.
But not
openly, like we were not trashing each other or anything.
No,
like,
and we didn't really hate each other either.
No.
We were just like, I want this person. You are not allowed to take this person. I want that person.
No, none of us knew that the other had that secret agenda, which
we actually first found out when we talked about making this video.
Yeah, actually. So that's the fun part. So, but yeah, we ate this dinner and that went well.
Yeah.
And then
some time later,
in December.
In December we went out to see The Hobbit.
Yeah,
the last one.
Battle of the Five Armies.
Yeah, and you had one of your friends with you, and we had also Sarah with us.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we ever watched a movie together in the cinema.
Yeah. Actually, I think it was the first time we ever watched a movie together.
Yeah.
But yeah, then came January and Sarah stopped at the university.
Yeah.
Which was, of course, sad, but also led to that we could get closer to each other.
So it was like, so we were also getting closer to my birthday.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm alone up here, but I at least know Poison. So I asked her if she wanted to go to this restaurant that's really big in Denmark. So we went to this restaurant and had my birthday, where I got some egg cups. Green egg cups, which is not my favorite color, but is Poison's.
And I would just say, I had told Hokyu before this that I did not watch anime. And that she most likely couldn't get me to watch anime, because none of my previous friends had ever gotten me to watch anime.
Mm-hmm. But Hokyu has a talent.
And actually, she was fine with this. Hokyu was fine with this. Like, okay. She just started talking about an anime that she was going to show her cousin. And when she talked about this anime called Death Parade, I thought that really sounded interesting, and then I had to watch it. So Death Parade was the first anime I watched as an adult.
Yeah. So yeah, I got her to watch that anime.
Yeah.
And then I got her to watch Game of Thrones.
Yes.
We had this Game of Thrones weekend. I had almost already watched all of it at that point, but I was like, okay, I'm quite sure you will like this show, and you need to watch it, so I have someone to watch it with.
And a lot of my friends had told me that I had to watch Game of Thrones, so why not watch it with a person that I actually like?
Yeah. So that was the beginning of you almost living with me.
Yeah. So we started spending a lot of weekends together, and also sometimes after university, the time after we were together. So yeah, we also didn't live far from each other. So that helped a lot. And at this time, Hokyu's landlord actually thought that we lived together, so he asked me to pay rent.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. But then it's like, no, I have my own apartment.
Mm.
So after this Game of Thrones weekend, we started going a bit more ballistic with the animes, actually. So I got to watch Black Butler and Food Wars.
Yeah, Black Butler I was sure she would like.
Yeah.
Food Wars was more like, you should try to watch something a bit more weird of anime. I think you can handle it.
Yeah.
What's this?
And I loved it.
And now it's a tradition to watch it at New Year's. And then came the most memorable time of our friendship, if we can say it like that.
Yeah.
It was. We were walking down in the city, and a phone salesperson walked up to us like they always do to sell us stuff.
Yeah.
And he asked us if we were twins.
Yeah, like he stopped a few meters from us and would be like, "Are you guys twins?" We were like, "No." Well, you are sisters.
No.
You have to be
Cousins.
related. Like, you have to be related to each other.
No.
And we found that so funny. Like, seriously, he made our day. Well, then came
your first convention.
My first convention.
We had talked about convention with Sarah before.
Yeah, and when Hokyu had asked Sarah if she wanted to go to the convention, I was like, hey, that actually sounds like fun. I have been thinking about starting cosplaying myself. And of course, then I was invited as well.
Yeah. Sarah didn't come.
No.
With us to the convention. My cousins did, and some of my friends I know at conventions.
I got to meet some of your convention friends.
Yeah.
And family. The very first day at the convention we cosplayed together.
We cosplayed My Candy Love.
Yeah.
Which actually also was a game I introduced her to.
Yeah.
At university.
Right. Yes. So already from the very first convention we cosplayed together.
Yeah.
Then came another interesting point of this friendship. We went to the cinema together again. this time to watch Age of Ultron, which was the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie we watched together.
Yeah. And that was the beginning of something very big we both didn't know
was
we
going
would
to happen.
be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, we would watch basically all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies together, almost all of them.
From there on.
In the cinema. Yeah. A few exceptions, but not a lot.
But before that, none of us was really big MCU fans.
No.
After that, for some reason we got hooked. And I think it was because we did it together.
Yeah. Up until this point, I was only an Iron Man fan. That was that.
And I don't know what I was.
Spider-Man fan.
Spider-Man fan. I was born a Spider-Man fan.
Okay, then came our exams in June 2015.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time together studying for these exams, actually.
Yeah.
And
you mostly studied. I had half given up already.
Yeah, on the university life.
Yeah.
So I was studying, and she was doing something else.
I was trying to study, but I was really
But then you
bad
got distracted by all of your games, and
I had so many other things I would much rather do than study.
Yeah, and also right after one of our exams, we went back to your place. And we, instead of start studying for the next one, we decided to make dress dummies.
Yeah.
So we could make cosplays easier.
So we could make cosplays easier. We don't use them anymore.
Nope. Well, you were in a bit of a personal crisis at this point because you had no idea what you wanted to do.
Nope.
You gave up on biology studies.
Yeah, I dropped out of university.
Yeah.
And I had no idea for most of my summer holidays what I was going to do after the end of the summer holidays.
No.
But I had a friend from some years ago that decided to go out and be an au pair in New Zealand. And I got the idea that I wanted to try to do something similar, but not New Zealand. I want to go not as far, so I chose England.
And when she told me that she was going to England, it was like my world shattered a bit. I was sad for a while because now the best friend that I had in a while, she was going away. But before I let her go, we had to have one memorable day in a theme park called Legoland. And yeah, Denmark is the
Lego country.
Yeah. So we went to Legoland together, and it was just our first trip to Legoland out of many later.
We have made it kind of a tradition now.
Yeah, so every year we actually go to Legoland.
Yeah, if we can.
Yeah, if we can.
So I went to England.
You will hear more about Hokyu's trip to England in the next video. See you then!